In this video, we will be looking at the admin SD holder attack, which is a form of persistence within Active Directory. The concept behind this attack is if a user is able to get access to a domain controller with privileges, even just for a minute, they can make a modification to the access control list of a special container called the admin SD holder. And this container serves as a template for the permissions which get copied down to all of the protected users and groups in the domain. So the idea is by having access to this container's access control list, you can then get access to any protected user or domain group, such as domain admins. And if your permission is discovered on domain admins and removed, Active Directory will copy this template of permissions back to those objects every 60 minutes by default using a process called SD-prop. And just for reference, all of those protected groups and users, they include just about everything you would want access to in Active Directory. Domain admins, the KRB TGT service account. So this is something that can give uncontrolled access to your domain and should be looked at closely. So let's take a look at how this attack works. So here I am on my domain controller. I've opened users and computers, and you can see I've got my advanced features option on. So I'm able to see the system container, and inside of that is where you'll find the admin SD holder container. By looking at the properties of this, if I were to come in and add a user, I'll add myself to the access control list with full control. You'll see if I go to a protected group, my permissions won't be there yet. So I'm not listed here. But when the SD-prop process runs, the propagation process, it'll copy all the permissions from admin SD holder down to those protected objects. I'm going to trigger that using a PowerShell script here. So by triggering it, it's going to kick that off, so I don't have to wait. And now I can come and look, and I can see my account's been copied. And maybe an administrator might see that, find it strange, and remove it. But then the next time the SD prop will run, you can see it's right back there. So this can be a tricky form of persistence, and if you ever see this happening, go and look at your admin SD holder permissions.